Hi, and welcome to our podcast, Between the Sheets, where we take 12 years of marriage experience and give unsolicited advice to those who choose to enter our room.
So tonight we are going to be taking a look at the question of, can men and women be friends? Just strictly friends. So to take us into that conversation, we found a quick little video on Instagram that we wanted to use to kind of set up the conversation.
Men love to talk about how much it sucks to be put in the friend zone, but can we talk about how it feels to be a woman and realize that you didn't have an actual friend? You just had somebody looming over you, waiting for you to agree to fuck them.
So now, according to her, obviously, it looks like most times, often than not, that you're gonna have a situation where men and women cannot be friends. But I don't know if I agree with that.
As a woman who married the man in the friend zone, I got questions. Like, you was just over there in the friend zone waiting on a yes? Or were we really friends?
But why?
I got questions.
But why are you asking me that question?
Because we had a friendship, right? Like, you were my best friend.
We had a friendship, but why are you asking me that question as if you don't know the answer to that question?
Because I don't. Because were you legitimately like just sitting over there like, any day now she gonna give me a yes?
A yes?
Or were we really friends?
A yes for what though?
A yes to smash.
I don't understand where this conversation is going, because we're not talking about us. We're talking about what's going on in the world right now. But to answer your question, because I don't want anybody in the comments talking about, so you didn't answer the question. So obviously,
I need answers.
No, that's not what I was doing.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just lay it on out there. I was what you would define nowadays as a simp. I was a super simp in college. I matured, obviously, since then. But for the most part, at that time, I was a friend. Did I have some feelings towards you? Yes. But it wasn't a situation to where I was ever like, I'm just going to stay around to see how long I can wait before she go ahead and let me get it.
Because see, in my mind, that's what I'm thinking. Like, all dudes are not just sitting over there like, we friends, but we only friends until she say I can smash. Like, I feel like, not all. Of course, there are some dudes in the friend zone who are really just there waiting on their opportunity. But I feel like there are men who are truly your friends. And at some point, that friendship evolves into something more. Even if they, like in our case, he had some feelings there. But it wasn't like you was just sitting there waiting on that green light. Like you was...
Not at all.
We were friends.
Not at all.
Not at all. We weren't friends.
Not at all. I wasn't sitting there waiting in the friend zone. I mean, obviously, I was dating as well. I wasn't just sitting around just waiting for that situation to happen. But answer the question straight out though. Can men and women be friends?
I think so.
So why do you think that there is such a, I don't know, it's like a bad cloud around this situation to where women just simply believe that men can't be friends? And honestly, it's some men that just...
I think it's immaturity. I think it's insane to think that a man and a woman can't just be friends. Granted, our friendship turned into something more, but I have male friends that I was just friends with in college and even now that I'm just friends with.
You were just friends with them. See, I think that's where it gets kind of tied up, because women will say, "Oh, that's just my friend," and actually mean it, and versus when men aren't going to say that. Well, very rarely. If they're not attracted to the female at all, then they'll be like, "Oh, no, that's just my homegirl. That's my..." And sometimes, honestly, if they are attracted to their female friend, they might still call it a homegirl. But more times than not, they'll only leave it as the friend kind of thought pattern if they're not attracted to the female. And sometimes it'll get to a situation to where they get so close to where it's not even a thought. This like my sister. I can't even see her like that anymore. I know she's pretty, but I can't see ever crossing that line with her. You know what I'm saying?
So I got two things. I went to college. I came to college with a group of guys that I knew. We weren't necessarily close in college, but I mean in high school. But we knew each other from high school, and we went away to the same college together, and we all became pretty close our freshman, sophomore year in college. And to me, they were just my friends.
To you.
And
yeah.
I felt like I was just their friends. Like,
The
these
woman.
are my homeboys. We go over there, hang out. We might cook dinner for them. They might cook dinner for us. They had girlfriends. We were, as you know, the household, my group of girls that we lived with, we were dating, like, but we were friends. These were our homies.
Do you think, though, right, in that situation, do you think that had you called them and were just like, hey, you know, I'm lonely over here. Could you come over here and, you know, let's spoon a little bit, let's cut a little bit, and then possibly it can lead into something else? They would have been like, nah, I would never do that.
Out of all of them, there were about 5 of them. I can say at least 2 of them would have been like, nah, you the homie type deal. Because,
so?
Yes.
I disagree.
Not all of them now. I'm not
disagree.
about to sit here and say that, because I know a couple of them would have came over there and had a nice time.
Yeah, yeah, I disagree. I knowing
At least 2 of them would have
Okay.
been like, no.
Okay, but what gives you that?
I think that was just the friendship level that we had.
You say that y'all weren't close though.
We weren't close in high school. We became closer in college.
You became closer in college, okay. But were you close enough? So you believe that y'all were close enough to not cross that line, or
Yes.
for them not to want to
Yes.
cross that line?
I do.
It's quite naive. Not
Okay,
no,
but take us for example.
yes, listen. Okay, so if you are a gentleman, then yeah, I can see it.
So you're saying
But
most
these
men
guys
are not gentlemen?
These guys were not gentlemen. No, most men are not gentlemen.
That's horrible.
It is horrible. However, that's what it is. You know, I mean, they're not walking around just taking all kinds of advantage of every woman they come in contact with. But I don't think that in that sense, most men would not be gentlemen, you know. But I was. So,
I don't know what I
But-
deal with them, y'all.
but the thing is though, so on a wide scale level, you think that most women and men that are in whatever kind of friendship, and the man is in the friend zone right now, you think that most of them are friends, just friends?
I think that more often than we like to attest to, they are. Because I take you as an example. Most of your friends are female.
Okay.
How can I claim that my husband is cool with having female friends and they are just friends, but then say most men out here, they not just in the friend zone?
I don't know. I can't say that you don't feel like that.
I can't. But you're my example. If I believe that you can be just friends with a bunch of females, then how can I believe that other men can't be just friends with females?
No, I think they can if they are like me.
I think that they're more like you than we like to assume. You know, we have that narrative that, you know, men ain't ish, which I don't believe to be true. First of all, I think there are some great guys out there. I think it's all about the ocean in which you choose to pluck them from. Okay. But most guys, I think, can be friends with women without there being anything else there. It's just a friendship.
I think they can too. I think I'm not gonna say most guys. I don't agree with that, but I think that because what it seems to be is that I ain't gonna say most women, a lot of women believe that it's just not possible, period. And I don't agree with that. there are some men that can make this happen. And, you know, some of those men that wouldn't normally be a friend with a woman, in certain situations, I think they can make it happen as well. But for this situation, like from the video, she's saying that they're looming there. That just seems creepy as crap.
There, right? That seems real creepy. Like he just been sitting over here in this friend zone, just, you know, I got my stuff ready. Whenever she call, I'm coming. I don't think that that's truly the case. I think that, again, sometimes that is the case, and you have a guy who is peacefully sitting in the friend zone, literally just waiting for the go ahead. That is sometimes the case. But I do not think that all of your male friends, ladies out there, are just sitting there waiting to smash. I don't. I think that they can truly be your friend.
I agree, but I want to, because this conversation is kind of making me think about something else. So let me kind of pivot slightly, because you keep trying to use me as the example. So the question that I'm gonna pivot to is, like, for the women that have put their friends in the friend zone, but also feel like there's no, like, men and women can't be friends. Like, first of all, how did you put him in the friend zone? And two, can he come out of the friend zone?
You want me to tell you how I put you in the friend zone?
No, I don't care about that.
I mean, that's what I have to go off of. You were immediately placed in the friend zone from the moment I met you.
Yeah.
You were in the friend zone.
All right.
It was never any ifs, ands, or buts about that.
That's whack.
Friend zone. I love you now, though.
That's fine.
I love you.
That's fine.
It just, there was no attraction there.
Okay, and that's understandable.
From the first encounter, it was like, he's a cool person. I wouldn't date him, type of deal. And we were friends for what, like 3 years before we ever started dating. And for me, I can only speak to me. It was literally like a switch flipped, and like, dang, he cute.
People really about to be in these comments like, somebody lying.
Cool. I'm not, though. It was really, really weird. Like, granted, I had moments over our friendship, and we talked about this when we were friends, where it was like, maybe, kind of.
But see, that's whack, and I'm gonna tell you why it's whack. Because my question is it just you doing that, or do multiple females do the same type of thing where they put a man in the friend zone? And y'all can chime in the comments, because I actually want to know, is it just her? Like, do you put a man in the friend zone and then you go through these little in and out type of bouts where you like, well, I could possibly.
But I never pulled you out that friend zone.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, you did not get snatched up out the friend zone. You were still sitting over there in that friend zone while I was toiling with these things in my mind.
It doesn't matter, because it sounds like you were slow. You were kind of confused, but not confused at the same. I don't even know how to explain that.
I wouldn't call it confusion.
But the thing is, though, like, if you put a man in the friend zone and you start having these type of thoughts, is it possible that you can give this guy a try? Like, even if y'all,
hello,
obviously not me, because this is a different. I'm talking about, you know, the in society, like, you know, women, because y'all are quick to put guys in the friend zone, but like, why not give that a try? Because you already friends, right? And you know more things about this person, and you're comfortable around this person, comfortable talking about things. Y'all probably go to the bathroom around this person, and I'm just saying that's one of those hurdles that you got to get over in a relationship. So if you already passed that point, why not just give this dude a shot? Because I understand
you don't want to lose the friendship.
You don't want to lose the friendship, okay, but you're possibly missing out on a great relationship.
And it's a very fine line that you have to figure out if you're going to cross or not, because you have this friendship that you've taken time and you've built, and it's a great friendship. But then on the other hand, it's like, well, dang, I could potentially have a really good relationship.
So why
I could
not
have a great relationship with this man. But if it doesn't work out, then not only did I lose a romantic interest, But now I've lost my friends.
But why does it have to end? Why can't it end amicably? Like why can't
I mean, it could.
why can't it end? But why?
But it could also not.
But see, it seems like
because we're not gonna act like you didn't break my heart at one point in time.
We're not gonna talk about that.
I'm just
but
saying,
anyway,
that's not what we gonna act like.
Anyway, I think what happens is you, and I think other women out there are focusing on the worst case scenario in this situation.
I'll let you have that.
You just assume that, okay, well, if it don't work out, then we're never gonna be friends again. It's just gonna be terrible. But my thing is, are you really friends? Because
I think again comes with maturity.
But I'm saying, are you really friends? Because you're really just keeping this dude around just to tell him about all the dudes
I wasn't
that
running
you
telling
hated,
you about dudes that I was hating.
you know, that you had, that you went on a date
I
with.
wasn't doing it.
I didn't like this. No, you weren't doing it, but I'm sure this happens. You know, you go on a date and this dude treats you like trash, or you get into a relationship with a guy and he treats you like trash. So, and then you start telling the guy in the friend zone, you know, even though this dude hasn't, you know, made it known that he wants to talk to you because you immediately dropped him in the friend zone. You're saying all this and he looking at you like, but you know, I'm a good dude, right?
I remember these
I have a
conversations.
great, you know, I have a great resume, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, I'm nice to you, you're nice to me, you like being around me, you know, why can't we take the next step? He's probably saying it in his head, and he might be thinking the same thing. I think it, but on the men's side, I think it's a fear type of scenario.
Go ask your mama.
What?
So he might go ask your mama.
Is he gonna ask the mom? I don't know.
You did.
But if he don't know the mom, then it don't. Yeah, and then y'all get to the point to where you've introduced this dude to your family, your friends.
We were friends.
Like what the freak?
My whole family knew him.
So
they were in love with this man.
So you don't.
We're just friends.
So you don't want to take the next step, but what happens is you start going through all of these situations to where, okay, I have a type. You know, I want to date this type of dude. He got to have this. He got to have that. He got to look like this. You know what I'm saying? But
throw
then
it out the window.
If you're looking, if you have this type and he got to look like this and he got to have this and he got to make this amount. If you looking for this type, how many other women are looking for this type? You know what I'm saying? And you know, y'all are already outnumbering males. So this dude that you're looking for is probably looking at other females that look nothing like you and probably don't even act like you, don't want the same things you want. Y'all might not be a good fit, but you're constantly finding yourself in these relationships with these types of dudes and it's never going anywhere. And it's causing you to form an opinion in your mind about males in general. But then you got this male that you're really close with that you don't even think like that about. Like you don't think that he's trash like the other males. You think that he's a great guy. But you just stepping all over him. He's there when I need him. You know, just that kind of, like, I don't even know what this is. This is whack. You know, but yeah, that dude could potentially be the guy that you didn't know that you needed. You know, this dude could be your future husband, but you stepping on him knocking him out.
Let me say this. I think as women, we have this ideal type, right? That we have created in our minds.
Yep.
That half the time don't even exist in real life. Let's just put that out there.
He's invisible. Yeah.
But I think for me, what I found was, one, my type didn't really like me.
That's exactly. That's what I'm saying right now.
He didn't really like me.
He don't really like none of y'all.
No.
None of y'all.
Don't really like me. I liked him, but he did not like me. Not for real. Not the way I liked him. The type that you've created in your mind does not really exist. Like you fall in love with the idea of this man. Right? And so when you find someone that kind of meets those criteria, and maybe he's got a little bit of looks, he's got a little bit of personality, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but he doesn't really have it all, you're falling in love with the potential that he could be, right?
You falling in infatuation.
Right. But again, he don't really like you. Or he's not living up to the expectations that you've set. What I found when I finally let my guard down and plucked him on out that friendship zone, right?
You didn't pluck nothing.
I did. I plucked you right on out of there. You threw me back for a minute. And then we came back and we got each other. Shut up. It's all love, y'all.
Then you throw me. What you're not gonna do is make it seem like I threw you out there for no reason. But go ahead.
That's beside the point. One
Please
day
continue.
we'll give y'all our love story. But no, what I realized is what I thought I wanted, I did it. You are nothing like what I wanted, my ideal man.
So in other words, I'm not the ideal man for you.
No, you are.
Okay.
You are just what you said. You are everything I did not know I wanted.
Yeah.
And so much more than I even knew I needed. Like, go on tiptoe over there to the friend zone and see what's over there. It might be, your husband might be sitting there.
He might be.
He might be just right over there. Go get him. But you got to be sure, because we're not playing with emotions in 2022, okay? Don't go pluck this friend out the friend zone if you're not really ready for what he has to offer you. That was the other thing that I had to accept and realize with you. Like, once I pulled you out of the friend zone, like once we actually got into a relationship, like that was it. I wasn't going anywhere else. So everybody got to make sure they're ready to not go nowhere else. It's been, how long has it been? 15 years now?
A long time.
Forever. I ain't going nowhere. My friend zone.
So the thing is, though,
friend zone babe, that's who he is.
Preferably, and this is just my opinion / advice. Preferably, this type of thing should be done earlier in life, because once you start waiting to your 30s and stuff like that, time starts ticking and running out. And now, my thing is, if you playing through your younger years, kind of push you closer to that 33, 34, 35 mark, to where now, you've been through all these dudes, and now you got this experience of being with a bunch of men who didn't live up to your standards, the type that you thought you wanted. So now you're trying to circle back around to that friend who might not even be there. So, I mean, you might want to look in other places other than what you think you want, what the media or, all the
or
movies and TVs are telling you that you want.
Because it ain't worked out by now. What you think you want might not be what you really want.
Might not. It might not be what you want, and it might not be what you need.
Right.
And we know, listen, y'all don't need anything, anybody.
That's not true, but that's a conversation for another night.
But, my thing is, don't just leave your man sitting over there in the friend zone. Try him out. And if
don't just go try him out though.
Try him on.
It's not a trial subscription, okay? Be ready for something more. Don't just go,
right.
Let's see how this work out.
I mean, you do need to approach it with, let's see how this will work out. But when he doesn't do something that you thought that the other type of guy was going to do, don't just throw him away based off that one thing. Remember, this is your friend. Y'all probably already love each other. So, yeah. I mean, I think you got to look at it as, I mean, what am I losing by stepping into this situation? I know y'all are going to say I'm possibly losing a friendship, but if y'all are friends like you say y'all are, as long as you don't treat him like trash,
and vice versa.
And vice versa.
But as his friend, you should already know his his character within a relationship.
Right. Obviously, if you okay, so if you recognize that he just runs through women, then obviously that's not the dude. I wouldn't even try that. But again, just pay attention to what he's doing. Don't count him out. And you know, hopefully they don't look like me on the sideline.
You are sexy. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, my thing is this. I think that men and women can be friends. I think that some men cannot be women with friends. Obviously, there are some dudes that do sit over there and, you know, they wait to see if they can smash. I do not think that that's most dudes. But I don't think that we should just be approaching this situation that like men can't be women, friends with women. And I just think that don't be so quick to friend zone everybody. And if you do, don't forget about them. Don't forget about them. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it right here. It's been a great conversation. Again, you know, looking at friend zone, you might see your husband. Peace.
Night.